Don't call people stupid. My great crucial educator.
No, don't even call the comments stupid. You know.
No,
people have valid positions, and that impedes our ability to work together.
My crucial educator, people
don't like constructive criticism.
Yeah, but you got to tell them.
Stupid has never been a constructive criticism. Dear fellow Virgin Islanders, stupid has never been a constructive criticism.
The preamble has the document contains a lot of grammatical errors. So this is a chance to correct that.
Okay.
And I'm going to wrap up and say, look, I wish you the best on this.
Thank you.
The intention is great. But the comment about firing the governor, outright firing, just like that, automatically, that doesn't happen. The governor cannot fire without due process.
He can, and then he will let you go to court and fight it, and then you could get...
fight it. But I want to comment too, in the teacher's contract, it addressed the reduction of the workforce.
Right.
Therefore, the governor has that authority to lay off. Okay?
Wait, let me say this to you.
Economic reasons.
Thank you, crucial educator, and thank you, okay?
Okay.
Let me say this to you, okay? The airwaves have been inundated with people just talking a lot of stuff. The reality is that 15 senators in a unicameral system of democracy makes very huge decisions that affect everybody. You mightn't like, some people are saying me in their leader. You could say that, and you could really feel it and don't agree with me. And feel, man, but the reality is, I vote to make the decisions with 15 other people, with 14 other people. And those decisions are made. We go make decisions. I don't back away from decisions. And I am not a person, if you don't want to call whatever, leader or whatever, I take positions. I make decisions. When we started with the WAPA Consumer Rescue Act, if people have followed that, we wouldn't have been where we're there right now with the LEAC. If people have followed on the property tax thing, we would have been with this money thing. But you don't want to listen sometime. And then some of us who really have the best interest of the people at heart, you dismiss. He not leader for me. And he in this and he, and then you dismiss it and you suffer because you didn't listen to somebody who have a vision and may have the best interest with that vision of you in mind. That's what this constitution thing is about. Now, this don't have to be it. This is a proposal. This is a proposal to say, let we move forward. Let's use the resources. Let's use the expertise of the legislature. Let's use the experience. When we hold a meeting and it's in the legislature, you think they could go on a while and do all kind of thing, and we got rules in there to sanction and censor, put you out, turn off your mic. We control that. There are rules and structure. When people come in to testify, they're going to be completely respected. When we had the Hovenza hearing, all the people come and testify. It was great. The institution of the legislature is the best place for the Constitution right now. And it's the best place because everybody could come on all three islands and get it recorded with a reporter. They'll be on TV. Everybody could hear. They'll be on radio. So I promoting the legislature to be part of this. So you could mind if the 30 delegates disagree, that's fine. That's their right. But I bring in the proposal to the people. And the people should be the one that dictate the new process that we need to go through. Because the other process, that's a problematic process. It did not produce a document that Congress found acceptable. So please, it ain't me send it back, you know. I ain't me to wrong 9 thing you got to correct. You know, you got to your teacher, when you hand in the paper, please write the names of all of the states of the United States. You write the names of the countries in Asia, you write in Africa, and you hand in your paper, the teacher will hand you back, or she don't either put an F on it.
It didn't say anything wrong with it. It just said that to make modification to it, you know. It didn't say they won't put.
Listen,
make modification.
The teacher is the authority.
Yeah, but
they should give you the assignment.
Make modification.
No,
right.
No, teachers do sometimes.
You just put the F on it and don't bother with the modification. So be grateful for the opportunity to modify.
Anyhow, let me go to the cars because Roy.
Good morning, caller. You're on BeyondPolitics.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, man. How y'all doing?
We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there, brother. How about you?
I want to ask Senator also something. Senator, if the legislature, if the West senators didn't go along with your idea, are you telling us that the documents that they have will never ever come to the public?
Let's put it this way. I involved in a process where majority rules.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority will rule on this for sure.
You're right.
So that, and I respect that process.
Uh-huh.
What, at the very least, it'll have public hearings on the document. And the public hearings would bring in the public to hear from somebody like you, if you come down to the legislature, because I never see you down there, testifying.
Mm-hmm.
I hear on radio a lot, but you should come down there. Okay. Landval, that's where you got to put your ideas, because that's where people make decisions. Okay, you come down. If the public agrees with including their Senate, who they elected, then I believe the senators will go along with it. If the public agrees with the delegates who object, then the senators won't go along with it. And then this document won't go away. We'll have to find something new. And I would be agreeable to whatever new if the senators don't support it. Because this is the process we're involved in. We're involved in a deliberative process where majority rule, okay?
Right, but what I'm asking, right, I know I'm not already Senator, but what I'm trying to find out, right?
Right.
If the members of the Constitution get, okay, so let's say the $150,000 from Congress, right? And they do what I have to do. What I'm asking is that document will ever come to the public in any form to get the input from the public. That's all I wanted to know.
I think it'd be highly suspect because I think that the Congress intends for this legislature to act in terms of reconvening the fifth to consider making any changes.
Okay.
I think it'd be highly suspect because the reconvening of the fifth requires, from what Congress has said, some act in the local law. If we decide not to act, I don't see how they could reconvene without some local law saying they could reconvene. Okay? And the reason why I said that is because they lose the joint resolution that amended the law had a if and urge, but it didn't change the responsibility of the legislature. And that is why I brought it to the forefront, because I read the law many times and I understand it. And I put in here that Congress modified the law that was there, but it's very clear to me that this constitutional convention needs some act by the legislature to give them a second chance, or to start something new, or to merge it like how I suggest. Merge it, which is something new, but still give the ability of the 30 delegates that we elected to participate.
Okay, let me say one little other thing again.
Okay.
I want to go to the individuals that were there before you.
Yeah.
In the discussion that they had, they were speaking about like the small businesses and...
Okay, right, yeah.
So they were speaking about that, stating that, for example, and the water pumping project said you hardly have any business there, and they're saying like you used to have 4 banks, you only have 2. And they were saying, well, the small business like is the machinery that run the government is true. But what I want to highlight really here now is that I believe people from the Virgin Islands who own small business and struggling is at a disadvantage for somebody else who come in, out, from the outside, inside with a small business. Now, where did this advantage come? The owner, the person that owns the small business here, has to pay all taxes that the government requires them to pay, while the person that come from outside gets what they call EBC benefits. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, and
I
you know,
believe that they put us
that's an imbalance, yes.
At a disadvantage. And also, I don't think it's really fair, it's unconscionable, because I can't see why a man and a woman that live here go through the hard time, the good time, they go through the labor, the struggle, and then somebody gonna come in when it's good time and just make money and leave. I don't
Right.
think it's right.
Well, you know, Alan Val, and let me comment with you on the line, and I want Hugh and Roy to weigh in. Home Depot is a good example. There have always been local hardware stores. I won't use Delgado. I could use some others. Okay?
Right.
Delgados, them have to pay a gross receipt tax, which is a very regressive and a bad tax because it does take off the money off the top, right? And if Home Depot comes in with any benefits or any other hardware store, they don't pay that tax. Their price could be cheaper, and they could undercut Delgado, and all of a sudden, yeah, no, it's imbalance. Now, let me say this to you, okay? Let me say this to you. Clearly, that imbalance has been the modus operandi of our territory for the last 20 to 25 years, because it has been the push that we need jobs at any cost. You see what happened, Landval? And so, if somebody comes saying job, 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 all of a sudden, you ready to make concessions that will hurt your base economy that been living here and working here a long time, because this man coming in saying job, 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 job. And that distinction is a hard one, because you can't tell people that in a capitalistic economy they can't work. They need work, because capitalism thrives on the job, employee, manufacturing, consumer good ratio, and you have to have a balance. So what has happened now is that we have a displacement of some of the local businesses because of this imbalance. And you're right about it. The issue is once you start down the road, it's hard to go back.
But you
see, that's the problem.
Senator, what I'm saying here, though, we know that we need money, we need taxes, right?
Yeah.
To keep the government going. I mean, what is so wrong, right? In people, in the government going back and selling these companies with these benefits. Look, this is the situation. We'd like to come to agreement that we start paying a 2% here and a 2% there.
Landval.
I think it is time for the government to start catering to small business here. What happens now down the road?
Okay, but listen.
Yes.
You know how hard it is? The last Hovenza agreement. Hovenza ain't changed their property tax for years. The 2%, the 2 cents a barrel ain't changed. You know why? Every time they negotiate, Hovenza, I gonna leave. And then people come and say, we need a job. We need job, job, job. And they beat the government down at times when they're negotiating these things by saying, listen, the new hotel bill that is being promoted and that I try to put in a protection for the government. You know what everybody's saying? We need a job, we need a job, we need job, job, job.
Come on. You see, that's the whole thing. The job they're going to get is the job.
But then you give away more than you gain in, and you create an imbalance. So, Landval, I will take another call.
Yeah, Uncle, but I'm saying you, Senator, if they can't go in and change the deal where they have concerning these beneficiaries, the government needs to change their policies towards the small businessmen and women. That is clear.
I agree.
So they could survive.
Right, and I'll tell you what the change was. Okay, thank you, Landval. The change came about when we increased the ceiling for small businesses. I think we're now at $300,000, that if you make less than $300,000 in a year, you don't pay the gross receipt tax. We did that in the legislature to give small business a relief from this gross receipt tax. We're looking at a lot of issues, and you are absolutely right. And the thing is, though, EDC does benefit the territory because some of these large financial companies and other taxpayers come in and they pay. If they're paying 5 or 10%, sometimes that 5 or 10% could add up to a lot.